I was talking to a couple of senior folks at Meta. These folks are working in Meta for over 15 years, working in infrastructure, product, hardware. They've been IC, they've managed higher management, the whole 9 yards. And I was surprised when both of these people told me they are scared of AI. And they told me I should also be worried. And then we got talking in depth. And they were surprised that I'm not as fearful as they think I should be. And this video is a distillation of few of the insights I got from talking to them and from my own reflections on the state of the generative AI. In short, I would say we all should be worried, we all should be fearful, but not in the way that our first thought is. AI is most overrated threat to your career. It's the most underrated threat to who you are, to your authenticity. And stick with me and we'll make it clear by the end of the video. First of all, I want to make a disclaimer that I don't know the future. This video is not about future prediction of how AI will turn out to be. I've talked to many people across the industry in Anthropic, senior people in OpenAI, Gemini, Google, Facebook, and Meta. And what I've learned from talking to them in private is that nobody really knows what's going on. Not the ICs, not the model engineers, not the infrastructure people, not the management, especially not the leadership. And that is somewhat freeing. The uncertainty puts us on the same footing. So this video is not about predicting any kind of future, but it is about figuring it out how to move ahead confidently in the state of uncertainty, with confidence, with curiosity, and in a way that we are able to handle most outcomes with grace. I want to start with something obvious but easily forgotten. Technology has always helped a tiny fraction of people by compounding the benefit for them. And don't get me wrong, technology has the potential to help a vast majority, vast swaths of people, but it doesn't, because transformation comes from technology and people's willingness to apply the technology. Let me give an example. Gyms have existed for 100 years, but most of us still walk past them and thinking one day I would like to get healthy. Gyms have not transformed the general health of population in America or elsewhere. Same with books. For the past 500 years, people can read books and transform their life. They can learn what somebody else learned in decades or in their lifetime, and learn that over a few hours or few days and implement this and change their life. A lot of people don't. A lot of people don't read the books, and even the people who read the books, a vast majority don't really implement what the book says. They just think, yeah, it's a good idea for somebody else though. Same with internet or any other powerful tool humanity has created. And let me repeat, I'm not saying technology cannot transform societies. It does over time, but in the shorter run, potential has never guaranteed transformation. AI is not different. It has so much potential, but it is also scaring people a lot more than people using it to transform themselves in ways that will benefit them in the long run. A small minority will get ahead and transform themselves using the technology in the face of uncertainty. Now the question is, which side of the line are you going to choose? Not in theory, not in principle, but in reality, the way you spend your time. If you don't want to pick the side of being fearful, now the question is, how do you turn fear and uncertainty into confidence and curiosity? And here is the catch. Many people I've talked to, they want to find certainty about how things will go. And that is a trap. What we instead want to do is to build confidence and curiosity given the uncertainty. Uncertainty is not going anywhere. And this requires some fundamental shifts in our being, the way we show up, and the way we handle our emotions. And that should be our first step. How to step up the way we show up, okay with fear, potential pain, and uncertainty. You might use traditional sources like talking to people, learning from them, therapists, coaches, friends, etc. Or you can also use AI itself to bootstrap the process. I've used both methods. Using AI itself to learn how to show up better with AI. That is kind of cool with AI, you know. There are only a few relationships where you can talk in the relationship about how to show up better in that relationship in an authentic way. And AI with its conversational capabilities is able to give you that authentic interaction, and also not just show up authentically with AI, but in other relationships and in your life generally. AI gives you that power and that vulnerability. But there's a whole lot of vulnerability and understanding and getting over your instinctual embarrassment you have to go get over if you want to use AI that way. I learned that a lot from people, my coaches, and also from people who are well ahead of me in using AI that way. If you want to explore how to shift your being using AI that way, I'm happy to have a conversation, suggest some resources, or happy to talk with you. Drop a comment below if you want to do that. And I would say this is the hard part. Shifting our emotional responses. If you read about System 1 and System 2 from Thinking Fast and Slow book, System 1 is very strong. Just because we want to act a certain way doesn't mean our System 1 gets along with that. Our responses are very instinctual, and changing our emotional home is extremely difficult. But it can be done. I've done over a longer period of time. I've helped a lot of people do it. Now, if you started working on that, let's talk about a few shifts I have seen and learned from various people in the industry that are going to be super helpful. Number one, we are shifting from a implementer mentality to orchestrator mentality. One of the Meta colleagues mentioned that how sad he feels that he does not get to do what he was good at, writing code and debugging a whole lot of deeper things. The sadness is part of the problem and part of the solution. Grief about what you thought things were going to be and how they did not turn out that way is actually a good first step to realize. This person mentioned in our call that he mourns the loss of the old ways, and that mourning has helped him show up effectively in the changing environment at Meta. That might sound touchy-feely to you, and it is, but it is a powerful way to shift away from perpetual emotions. Otherwise, unmourned loss becomes anger. Unexpressed grief becomes depression. You don't want that to happen to your life. And then we want to shift from what role we can still perform in a powerful way. For example, from implementer to orchestrator right now. Seems like for now, that is the shift. Orchestrator is a good role. Maybe in a few years down the line, it will be different. But right now, skills like listening, prioritizing, knowing what to build, aligning, reading the room, asking the right questions, feeding the right context, stitching things together, making the harness, so to say, having a taste for the output. All these are good skills to work on. It is the ability to pivot and provide what the situation wants and still do in a positive regard from a place of curiosity, not fear. That is a great skill worth developing, regardless of where the AI goes. And that brings me to the joy of work. During one of our conversations, this friend said something surprising. I still don't give AI a small part of what I love doing, although I can. That part gives me energy and I don't want to give it. Why would you not give everything that AI can do? Because it is not just about time management. It is about energy management. You want to feel excited, not sterile, not lost. There is a study in MIT Media Lab. Some undergraduates were hooked to EEG and asked to write essays. Some wrote by themselves, some with the help of search engine, others with the help of AI. And the group who relied on AI developed what researchers call cognitive debt. The quality of their thinking and understanding went down significantly. This was a small sample, but the directionality matters. I've seen this in myself. To be frank, I wrote this outline first using AI, recorded it, and it felt hollow. So this time I wrote it on my own with the help of AI, of course, and it just feels a lot better to me. I'm not sure how it comes to you, so please let me know in comments below, or reach out to me, but it just feels more cohesive to me and I feel more energetic doing it. And that's what matters to me a lot. And if you want to be in the career and life game for a long time, that's what should matter to you also. How you show up, how energetic you are. The more I take the backseat with AI, the less confident I seem to become if I give everything to artificial intelligence. So let AI do the work, but remain the master. Do the part that gives you most joy. Don't optimize away the parts that make you you. And rest. Who knows what's going to happen with AI and technology anyway? Be open to the possibility of anything happening. And here is the second insight about technology that I've come across, where the first one being the potential does not guarantee transformation. The second insight is that technology homogenizes all of us. It flattens us. Social media made a lot of us look the same. We all became celebrities, or at least we thought of ourselves as we can post and get attention. In a very different context, pasteurization made all milk taste the same because it mixes things and produces and mass produces the milk. And AI, similarly, makes us write the same. We are writing the same. Read LinkedIn. So much of writing is polished, helpful, competent, but headless, without personality a lot of times. You get to know the LLM who wrote it, not the person who directed it. And here is the move that adds value. Go in the other direction when everybody's going in one direction. Become more personal in this case, more specific, more authentic. Speak from learned experience, not from the LLM's experience. Given that AI homogenizes us, authenticity and your uniqueness is the rarest signal in the room these days. And the wild part is that AI can help us do that, but only when we outsource part of our work and we are the master. We can use AI's help to draw out our ideas, but not use its ideas. In addition, people are going into competition mode. When I talk to anybody in these big tech companies these days, the environment has become so cutthroat and so competitive that people are not helping each other. And in such fierce cutthroat environment, if you are helping others, if you are treating colleagues like human beings, not AI agents, that stands out. So look for ways to contribute. In the past year or two in my coaching, we have helped so many people shift from fearful and hyper competitive to cooperative and curious. And they're better situated with that change in their careers. It always sounds counterintuitive to them, but humans have always thrived on cooperation, and we are still humans. Remember that. So let me come back to the claim I made in the beginning. AI being overrated threat to your career and underrated threat to who you are. It is a threat if you hold on to your strengths close, but if you adapt to the demands of time, it is not as big a threat. But the second part is real. AI is changing people into fearful, hyper-competitive, and homogeneous people. That is the big threat. The danger is not dramatic, but you can lose yourself not in a one big calamity, but one decision at a time, one small joy delegated at a time. One person you drive away because you are not caring, one at a time, but you're being hyper-competitive, more alone, more lonely along the way. I'm going to ask you to consider a couple of questions now. What is one thing you're stubbornly holding on to that AI can do a good job at? Can you let AI touch it and make it your partner? And more importantly, what is one thing you're giving to AI that you would rather do yourself? It gives you joy, it gives you energy, but you are saving time by giving it to AI. Drop in the comments below. And if you're a tech leader or engineer trying to navigate the shift with clear head, staying creative, collaborative, unique, grounded, staying you while ground shifts underneath you. That is exactly the kind of work I do one-on-one with my coaching clients. If you would like to have a conversation, the link is in the description below to book a quick call. I'm happy to talk with you if there's a mutual desire and alignment. And until next time, take care of the human inside of you. The world is about to need it more than ever. Thank you.